so this is what we bought. It's called the Wild Badger. It's a Hi everybody, welcome back to Our Ranch Adventures. If you're just joining our channel, I'm not drinking, I promise. I don't even drink alcohol. Just lost my balance there. If you're just joining us, Tony and I'm Sean, that's Tony behind the camera. Hi Tony. One of the things that we're trying to do is clean up around the cabin, and we've got all this little brush and debris that's in the trees. So we bought a new tool on Amazon because Tony was away on a work trip and I couldn't sleep. So I was, on Amazon, and bad things happen, right? So anyway, I bought a brush cutter to hopefully help us clear out some of this goat weed and all these little branches and bushes and stuff that are growing through the woods here.
We're trying to keep the trails clean, and a weed eater just isn't enough, and we can't get the brush hog in quite yet to all of the spaces. So he found a need to find a toy.
Right. This tool that I bought is actually, it has a weed eater head on it, but it has a brush cutter head, which is basically a saw blade. So you could probably lose a toe or two with it. But we're going to go put that together, and then we're going to come out here and we're going to see if it works. And hopefully it does. If it does, that'll make quick work of making basically a fire break. We kind of want to clean about 20 to 30 feet back. So it's just, you look through the trees and it's nice, and hopefully promote some grass growth in there. So that's the plan. But let's go pull this thing out and see what it looks like and put it together and see if it works. All right, so this is what we bought. It's called the Wild Badger. It's a 52cc trimmer. And most of my other gas trimmers, I have a couple of Echoes, and those are all like 29 cc's or something like that. They don't have a lot of power. So the thing that caught my eye on this one was the fact that it had a 52cc motor, which seemed like a lot of power. It also includes this blade here, which is the one that I'm interested in for the brush cutting. This is your weed eater head, and then this has a harness. These are fairly heavy, so you do have a shoulder harness to go on. I spent $170 on Amazon for this. Let's see how much assembly is required. All right, assembly was fairly easy. You just had to put the handles on, and then put the blade on and the guard, and that's it. I did put the handles on wrong the first time and had to reorient them. The harness was pretty easy to figure out, and it fit pretty good even for a full-figured dude. Another really cool thing is Badger included all the tools to assemble it.
A Ninja blade.
Yeah, so you can see this is the blade that comes with it. This is by Badger Products. If I remember right, this has like a 3-year warranty. And if you're looking at like the Husqvarna or the Echoes or the Steels, you're looking at like $800 for one of these, which is way more than what I'd want to spend for it. So it does have a primer on here. It's kind of hard to see though. It's underneath is your primer bulb. And then your choke and everything is on the back there. I'm gonna put some shoes on. We'll put some gas in this and let's go see how it works.
Full.
All right, so I hit the primer bulb, filled that up.
And it's on.
The choke is on start. All right, started. We're gonna go halfway with the choke. Full choke. We're gonna let it warm up a second. So I'm impressed. It runs strong. Seems to have plenty of power. These are all, I mean, they weren't real thick, but it's stuff that you couldn't get with the Weed Eater line. So it seems to cut them really well. Pretty happy for this investment. We'll see how the longevity is on here. But so far, the Badger 52cc brush cutter seems to be a pretty good investment.
The road closest to the house. So since we want to create a barrier, we're just going to go through and work on clearing this section out.
So there are some different blade options available on Amazon. Some of them have chainsaw teeth on them for cutting thicker pieces of wood and branches. Other ones look like circular saw blades. We are excited to try some of these in the future to see which ones work best for our applications. So as you'll notice, there's some smoke every now and then on some of these branches. That's because I think I'm pushing the limits of this blade's capability on some of the larger branches and limbs. All right, y'all, pretty impressed on how this thing is working on taking out a lot of this Yaupon and undergrowth. I did try one there that was about 2 inches. It struggles a little bit with the bigger stuff, but for the little stuff which I got it for, it's working phenomenally. So very impressed so far. We'll keep you updated on how the progress goes and the longevity of this thing. But so far it runs really strong, started right up. With the shoulder harness on, it's not bad to handle. It is heavy without the shoulder harness, but when you can distribute the weight across your body, it's not bad to handle. The only thing that I felt is my hand gets a little tired because you have a safety trigger right there that you have to hold while pulling the trigger. Found myself, well, you can see I got a little mark right there from holding that, but
Pair of gloves?
Pair of gloves would be good. Let's go back and look at where we started from and see what it looks like. All right, y'all, so as you can see, we knocked out the big stuff there. I could have done a better job in taking out some of the underbrush lower, but my concentration was on the bigger stuff. So very happy with it so far.
That was a pretty big one.
Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like this content, please smash that like button and subscribe. And as always, go have an adventure of your own. Since we got the brush cutter, we also picked up this blade off of Amazon, the Forester. We can't wait to test it out and see how it does compared to the stock blade that came with the little Badger.